folks, happy Monday, and landing here for today's Monday Super Soul session. And in today's session I had the nudge to talk about really how it is impossible to grow beyond what you believe you are capable of achieving. And I want to share this because this is something that I learned the very hard way when I was a young child struggling in school. And the thing is that we've been taught, society teaches us, work hard and, you'll get rewarded for that. If you work hard and do X, Y, Z and hustle, in the end, you'll get what you want. Well, as a young kid, I did that. I tried it. I worked really hard at school, so hard, like I would lock myself away and I'd have my calendar and my schedule. I was such a dedicated student. But the thing is, no matter what I did, no matter how many hours I put in, I still sucked when it came to the exams, and I was a struggling dyslexic. Now, obviously, I had my challenges in the education system, but what I want to talk to today is to really address that broken belief that when you work hard, you will get what you want. Because, if you're an entrepreneur and you've been at it for some time and you've been working hard and hustling, I'm curious, how's that working for you? Because actually, the reality is that it's not how much you work, it's how you're showing up and the energy that you're in when you're taking that action. So let me just say that again. It's not the action itself, it's your energy and how you are showing up at the moment that you're taking action, and really every moment in your life. Because here's the thing, Einstein called it, Einstein and the laws of physics, they tell us that when you want something, then you have to match the frequency of that thing to get it, because everything is energy. Everything is energy in this universe. You and I are energy. Everything is energy. So Einstein said, match the frequency, energy, match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. It's not woo, it's the law of physics. Now, what he meant by that was that when you want something, you have to be a vibrational match to it for it to come to you. Now, I'm just going to circle back a minute to school, because this is a very important law, wouldn't you say? That's a freaking important law. Why weren't we taught that in school? Why were we kind of like round the Bunsen burners doing these mini explosions and whatever in chemistry and in physics, which I did have a hard time wrapping my head around it. But why weren't we taught that? Why weren't we taught that we're energetic beings? Why weren't we taught that when we want something, it's not a matter of how hard we work, it's a matter of the energy as an energetic being, the energy in which we're showing up to get it? Why weren't we taught that in school? Because could have saved a lot of suffering, because at the end of the day, that is law. It's the law of physics. It's universal law. You need to match the frequency energetically in yourself of the reality you want. Now, most entrepreneurs, visionary entrepreneurs, the mistake they're making, and I was the same, is that when they're going after something, when they're taking action and doing the doing in their business, they aren't showing up without realizing, because they don't realize it. They realize that they could do something differently. If we've been taught it, we could do it differently, right? But without even realizing, they can be showing up, working hard, hustling, doing all of the things, but without realizing they aren't showing up in the energy of that future reality, matching the frequency of that future reality, what's actually happening for most, and this may ring some bells, is they're showing up, and it's normal, right? They're showing up in the energy of what is, the energy of the past, the energy based on what they know around their experience and what they've done up until now, the results that they've had, and maybe the thoughts and beliefs around those results. You know, like if you've had a few failed launches, it might be hard to pick yourself up and think, I'm totally going to crush it, because your experience was something else. But it's not, you know, we need to move past that. We need to move past the beliefs. We need to move past the blame. We need to move past the doubt. And we need to step into that bigger, higher version of ourselves that can absolutely frickin' do it. And that has no doubts, no question. And that's what it means to match the frequency. There's zero doubt. You absolutely know it's yours. It's meant for you. You're worthy of it. You have everything you need. Nothing's missing. There is no gap. And it's coming to you. Versus showing up, doing all the work, thinking that, well, if I work hard, I've got my bases covered. Well, you don't. Now you know you don't. You need to do the inner energetic work. But versus showing up maybe with some deep subconscious beliefs like, I want this, but it's going to be hard, but I'm not sure if I can do it, but I don't know if I've got enough qualifications, but what if I get overwhelmed, but what if I can't cope? Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, we're complex beings, you know, and there could be so many things that are just beneath the surface, so many layers of those buts that your energy doesn't lie, you know, and the universe picks it up. You know, when you crank a stove dial to 10, the stove knows, unless it's broken, the stove knows, okay, I got to go to 10. I'm going to, like, it just does it, right? And it's the same with us, with our energy. But the problem for us as entrepreneurs is if we're operating from some default stuff, then it's going to be a challenge. You know, it's going to be difficult. And that's why I wanted to kind of share this today in today's Super Soul session, because it doesn't have to be that way. Obviously, if the education system could just kind of like teach this to kids in school, if we could have more of the spiritual principles, energetic principles included in the school curriculum, maybe, you know, maybe there'd be less people out there hustling their butts off with very little reward, because they've got these deep subconscious beliefs that they're not enough, they're not worthy, they may get overwhelmed. Success might mean spending less time with my family. And make no mistake, if you have these deep subconscious beliefs, no matter what the conscious desire, no matter how much effort, the subconscious is a million times more powerful, as Bruce Lipton says in his book, The Biology of Belief, million times more powerful than the conscious mind. So that's what you're up against. And until you can clear the what is from your energy field, until you can clear the stuff, the beliefs, the blocks, all that hidden stuff that's floating around in your energy field, repelling the very things that you're working towards achieving, until you can clear that, it's going to be a challenge to get what you want. Because to get what you want, as Einstein said, you need to match that frequency for it to come to you. And so how do you manage your energy? Well, here's the thing. We've talked a lot. Sorry, I get a bit ranty about this, because I feel that I do feel, you know, I know the education system's does a lot for us, but I think we've been let down in lots of ways by not being informed on how we need to show up in our lives, right? But action, physical energy, absolutely important. You can't just kind of like say some affirmations and hope that your dream life and dream business are going to come to you. That's not what I'm talking about. Your physical energy is very, very important. But as I said at the very beginning of this Super Soul session, it's how you're showing up. It's how you're taking that action. And the things that affect how you show up are your mental energy, your beliefs, and your emotional energy, your feelings. So right there, you know, you need to master your mental energy beliefs. That means uncovering the 𝗓𝗏 that doesn't serve you and is holding you back and is running counter to everything you're trying to achieve. You got these blocks or beliefs that are telling you, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that, but. Then there's your emotional energy, which is your feelings. Now, here's the thing about the feelings. They are triggered by our beliefs, and our feelings, the universe responds to that. Very powerful. It's the feelings you feel in your heart at the moment that you put intentions out there that the universe responds to. Now, there's an amazing resource on this. It's Bruce Lipton. No, it's not Bruce Lipton. Sorry. It's Greg Braden's The Science of Miracles. OMG, that is such a good DVD to watch, because he gives you all of the science, all of the experiments, all of it behind how it is, the truth that how we feel is how we communicate with the universe, and what we feel in our hearts, that's returned back to us. So your feelings are extremely powerful. So now you know physical energy important, but your mental energy and your emotional energy directly impact your physical energy and how you show up. So you need to master those. Finally, I love this. It's your spiritual energy. This is the work. I work in all of those realms of energy, but I love working with my clients to guide them to tap into their inner being, their soul, their spiritual energy, because as you tap into that, as you connect to that truest, most powerful version of yourself, that's when you open yourself up to receive profound guidance. You know, that's when you can get $1 million downloads. It's when you get incredible ideas, because you're tuned in and tapped into something way bigger than you. Education system just teaches you to regurgitate, to learn old stuff. But I'm talking about tapping into your infinite self, where you come up with new, groundbreaking ideas. Like Larry Page, he came up for the idea for Google in a dream. Elias Howe dreamed up the sewing machine, the invention in a dream. James Cameron's multi-million, billion enterprise, the Terminator, that came from a dream. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, a dream. Paul McCartney, the hit song Yesterday, a dream. Like, being tuned in, and many artists, I believe, are absolutely tapped in and tuned in, and they download. Can you imagine what it'd be like to kind of be able to, write an incredible song or a book or come up with an amazing idea? I know for me, my creativity has just shot through the roof. The ideas that come through to me, because I've become so much closer to my soul, my infinite self, my intuition, and it's a very powerful place to be, and it's a very, very, very powerful place to operate from in your business and in your life. And so mastering your mental energy, your emotional energy, your spiritual energy, and your physical energy, when you can, put those 4 pieces of how you're showing up, when you can master those, everything can change for you in your business and your life. And, I think so many of us have struggled for so long, and it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be so much easier when you have these key components in place. And that's why I created my signature process and program, The Way of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur, because it really is about tapping into your infinite self, your spiritual self. And this is what we do in my 12-week group coaching program. You know, the first pillar of that is all about tuning into who you are as a spiritual being, you know, connecting with that part of yourself in the dream time, receiving downloads, getting answers, receiving guidance, knowing that your spiritual team is with you every step of the way, and actually being guided to where you need to be. Because if you've got this big vision and dream, you know you're meant for more. You're right, you are, because you are way bigger than who you think you are. You're not just this physical body. 𝗵𝗿𝗄𝗏 de Chardin talked about that when he said we're spiritual beings having a human experience. You know, and that's the crux of it. You're way more powerful than you even realize. And as you become tuned into that and operate from that, life can become so much easier. You're guided. Miracles can unfold because, you know, you're working with the energy within you and the energy and laws and principles of the universe. It's so powerful. And in the way of the successful spiritual entrepreneur, we also do the work to elevate your identity, you know, to get rid of the fears, blocks, beliefs at a present life, past life, and ancestral level that are blocking you right now. And also in this process, in this deep soul exploration, at those levels, present life, past life, and ancestral, you can also begin to uncover some of those incredible gifts that you carry within you, gifts that have traveled with you through your bloodline, through the ancestral line, gifts that have traveled with you through your past lives, because this isn't your first rodeo. And so as you awaken those gifts, again, imagine what can become possible for you when you're operating from your infinite potential every single day. And finally, once you're tapped into your spiritual energy, once you've cleared your mental energy, the beliefs, once you've activated the gifts, you know, no question, you know you've got this, you know. And now that you know that you have what it takes, it's time to do what it takes to create the abundant business and life you dream of. And we do this in the third pillar of the Way of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur, where I support you to create your 12-month business plan, and then to break it down, you know, because we have to take action, but in the right frequency. And now, you know, you've got the plan broken down into the 4 quarters, and then from the 4 quarters, you break it down into weekly. And so that is so important in business, that you're always taking the right kind of action, energetically aligned action, spiritually aligned action. And we do this, we do the action taking, you know, in that third pillar of the Way of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur, because, you know, now you know how to take action, the best way to take action. And also I'll share with you spiritual tools that you can use to sort of maintain your frequency, maintain your energy, top it up daily, you know, always be operating from that high vibe, right? And I love this process. It's my signature process. It's a culmination of 25 years of my own spiritual journey and the past 10 years of working with my clients. And everything I do, all of my modalities, have been kind of rolled into this really powerful 12-week group coaching program. And the doors just opened, and they're just going to be open for a few days. And if this is landing, if this is resonating, I want to invite you, reach out to me, DM me. I'm actually currently doing a number of discovery calls right now to see, you know, to chat it out really with people who think, I think this is what I need right now. We can chat it out. We can talk about, you know, where you're at, where you want to go, and how this program, The Way of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur, can support you to get to where you know you're meant to be in your business and in your life. So if this is landing for you, if this is resonating, DM me and we can start a conversation, maybe book a call. My team are going to be putting a link up in Instagram there in my bio, where you can book a call with me. I'll just be running some calls for the next few days, you know, and yeah, it'd be great to catch up, great to hear where you are in your business, and, you know, we can see if this is a right fit for you and if you are a right fit for the program. Alrighty, folks, sending all the love to you. Remember, you can click the link in the bio to book that call or DM me. I think my team will be getting that link up for the calendar calls, you know, later today. And if you're on Facebook, you know, you can just click the Learn More button. Again, DM me. And, yeah, let's chat it out. Alrighty, folks, sending you all the love across the miles, across the ethers. And thank you for being here. Bye for now.